the Amstrad CPC show with Jimmy Amsoft. Hello and welcome. For this episode I have chosen to show you guys Bruce Lee by US Gold and Datasoft. This is because I was out drinking with my roommates last night. An Irish ZX Spectrum and a Welch Commodore 64. It was a brutal night. And I almost had all of my 128K memory wiped. So I need to keep things simple with regards to my game review today. I just love the simplicity of this game. It almost succeeds in taking my mind off the fact that I'm hanging like a horsecock at the moment. I feel so tender, like I've had a joist shoved right up my ass. So please, bear with me. Look at that. UV beauty. This is just what the doctor ordered. You just don't see things like this these days. A game that rewards you with 2000 points simply because you managed to run to the game's second screen. Amazing. I feel better already. Well, I did just until I took a punch from a fat green sumo wrestler. Who the hell designed him? The black ninja is understandable. In fact, he's expected, and is almost a guaranteed stereotype, but a green sumo wrestler is just so out of the blue. Though I have to admit I do like his lovely little black gloves. As you might have already guessed, the main objective of this game is to collect to proceed. Each series of screens presents you with a selection of objects to collect. Once every item has been collected, then you're able to move on to the next level. Bruce Lee was born Lee Jun Fan in San Francisco, California in 1940. He was raised in Hong Kong, eventually returning to America as a young adult, and sadly died at the age of 32 back in Hong Kong during the making of Enter the Dragon. So why the fuck is this game set in Japan, Canada and Switzerland? Jesus. It's easy to be sarcastic and negative, but I do have positive things to say about this game. I find the control responsiveness to be rather good, and the game's difficulty is well graduated throughout, because by the end of this adventure, you'll be shitting lightning bolts of fury and cursing the name of both Amstrad and Bruce Lee. Wait. I'm going to quickly reset, because there is no point playing through this game the conventional way, as time is precious. And we're both already getting a bit bored. There's a sneaky wee trick during the early few screens that allow you the opportunity to skip levels by laying Bruce down on the floor near walls. I don't like to cheat as I am Scottish, but for reasons of time economy I will do what I can to zoom through the game, because the last screen is simply phenomenal, and I have to show you. I might as well fast forward a bit, cause there's a bastard of a screen later on in the game that makes me piss out tears of pain, and you might think it impressive of me to complete. You may even applaud, whistle and eventually consider giving me a blowjob. I have multiple accessories. Sorry. Fast forward. So here we are. This screen is more tricky than it looks. This screen is an exquisite bitch. I'm only getting through it because I'm a lucky fucker. It has nothing to do with skill or ability. Fast forward. Now this screen is not the hardest due to the fact that you might lose lives. It is the hardest due to its cunning misdirection. It potentially leads you off on a wild goose chase up to the left hand side of the screen and up to the top. When in actual fact, you need to climb up here and jump like a crazy man off to the right and through the small gap. Shite. Well, nobody's perfect. I'm an obsolete computer from the 80s, so what do you expect? There you go. Yowie beauty. Now all we have to do is climb up and get ready for some running. Run, 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 keep running, Brucey. Run, 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 you wee fucker. Don't stop, you wee prick. Oh jeez, oh. That was close. Finally we are here. After a brief epileptic seizure, caused by the insane graphics, we have made it to the treasure room. Why? I don't bloody know. Who cares? He's jumping for joy. The greedy shite. I spoke too soon. He's back at the start, and he's lost all his treasure. Well, that's a good life lesson. Don't ever try, because you will only ever lose. That's enough for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Jimmy Amsoft, and now it's time to shut down.